Hello, hello, hello. I see a couple people in the chat already. And yes, I pulled up a picture of that giraffe. He looks very cute, so maybe I'll warm up with this giraffe from a game I've never heard of, but he's a cute character, so it doesn't matter if I've heard of the game or not. I have this cute picture of him sitting with his little hooves in front of him, but I'll do it in my style, so I'll just draw what I see and make it extra cute, as I like to do. Good warm-up sketch for the day, too. Yo, how are you? He's got kind of a longer muzzle like that. Big ol' ears. I don't even know if the person who requested this is still in the chat. Hello if you are. If not, this is just a cute giraffe for me to warm up drawing, I guess. I don't know how early that message was sent. I was getting the stream set up, so... And then I came in and I saw the messages and I'm like, yeah, I'll draw that. He's got his cute little tongue sticking out. Big eye. Like that. Let me figure out the rest of the body before I get too in the weeds on the head here. Kiwi bird because they're funny. I could do a kiwi bird. Let's do this giraffe guy first. I think I'll just do like black and white for this maybe, or a quick color drop. I don't want to do a whole lineless thing right now. Because I think this one will actually look good with some like chunky outlines. And I like that his spots are like heart-shaped and they're kind of square. I like that. Kiwi birds are funny. I also like kakapos, if you know those big green funny looking birds. Enjoy them. And the rest of his body kind of... He's sitting. And his like hoof goes out here. He's got his other hooves. I might hold this leg over this away a little bit. So maybe like that. He's got real big feet for his body. At least the back ones are big. The front one maybe is not this big, the front hoof. Something like that. And it looks like he has more spots on his legs. It's kind of hard to see from the angle I'm looking at because the foot, this hoof is kind of blocking it. His hooves are kind of teardrop shaped, low poly. Cute. How is everyone doing this weekend, by the way? I kind of just jumped right into it with no intro, no hi, how are you? No nothing. I hope everyone's doing well. I can't see this character's tail, and I'm too lazy to Google it, so, well, you know what, I should. I'm gonna see what his tail looks like. George, giraffe, castle on the coast. Images, show me the tail. Does this guy have a tail? I don't see one in any of the screenshots I'm looking at. Oh wait, here's one from the back. Does he? Nope, doesn't look like he has one, so I'm just not gonna have one. That's fine. We will omit the tail. It is not needed. No need. There we go. There we go. We'll do hearts. So they're not touching. Because I want hearts on both the legs, but I don't want overlap or weird lines, so I think that works. All good in Michigan backwoods. Good to hear. I don't know how it is in Chicago because I haven't left my house today. It was snowing all morning. It was very cold yesterday when I had my singing lesson. I'll tell you that much. I braved the walk, though. I didn't pay the $5 to use the bus when I could have. I was like, I can walk a half hour each way. It's fine. It wasn't that bad out. Though I lost my hat. R.I.P. I have to find a new one. I had this nice cute silk lined or like satin lined beanie. I don't know what happened to it. It's just vanished. I've looked in every corner of my room. I can't find it. And all my bags, everything. I must have just dropped it on a walk or something. I don't know. I don't know how I would notice, how I would not notice losing my hat, but I've done it, so. Gotta get a new one. It's fine. And how big is this head compared to the belly? I guess this head could be much bigger, huh? Let's make this head a little bit bigger, or just make the body smaller. That works too. Let me grab all this. Bring it in a smidge. Like so. Beautiful. -6 last night? Brr. I have no idea what it was here, but probably around the same. It's been brutal. Not to do the weather talk every stream, but it's been unusually cold, so it's worth mentioning. Alright, I think this is a pretty good rough drawing of this character. Let's give him some ink. Lower the opacity a little bit. Let's do the dry ink brush, my favorite. Did I pick it? Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. Maybe this big? Maybe right in the middle. I want these to be kind of lopsided looking. I know there's a name for these things on the giraffe. I forget what the name is. If any animal experts in here want to chime in. They have a name, and it's not antlers. There's like a specific name for the things on a giraffe's head. And I know I've looked it up before on a stream, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm like falling off the camera again already. That's fine. Like leaning out of frame. I notice it when I see my stream in the corner. I'm like, well, I'm kind of on camera. Wind chill yesterday, no idea how cold, but had a flat tire to deal with. Brr. I hope it was resolved quickly. That's terrible that you had to be out for that. Ooh, well, you're alive, so that's good. That stinks. Let's do this. A giraffe. Yeah, ossicones. There we go. I knew somebody knew. Thank you. I hope I said that right, by the way. And OMG, a giraffe indeed. Just somebody put in the chat to draw this George the Giraffe character from a game I've never heard of. And I'm like, okay, it's cute. So here we are. I'm going to fix the nose shape here a little bit. Still want to keep it kind of simple, but I like the added detail of like the bump there. I like that. Home and alive. You made it. That stinks though. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I had to go on a walk and I'm complaining. Meanwhile, you're like dealing with not being able to get home. Flat tire. I did what? I can't even remember what I said. I think I asked before. Oh, I did. I said ossicones correctly. Okay. Like, I swear my short-term memory isn't that bad. I remember what I said 30 seconds ago, definitely. Ossicones. I'm going to try to remember that, and I'm going to forget the next time I draw a giraffe, and I'm going to have to ask again. And I know you'll be there to tell me that it's ossicones. Your main Sona is one you always kind of seen yourself as a giraffe? Aw. Giraffes are really cool animals. That's a good Sona to have. I don't really know if I drew this back leg right, but like, it's good enough, you know? Like, it kind of matches what I'm looking at. He's got like stumpy legs too. I guess it would be a little longer, meaning this foot would be a little bit bigger, closer to the cam. Like, so? Okay. They're awesome. You're so attached to your Sona. He's the main character of your indie animated series that you're working on. That's really exciting. What's the elevator pitch for your animated series? If you had to sell me on it, I'm a Netflix exec or whatever. I'm so curious. You don't have to say if you're still working on it, and you'd rather keep it close to your heart, but I'm curious now. The other foot here. And his spots are like a purpley blue. So we'll go for something right around there. Kind of like a Bob the Cat blue. Ooh, that's really too bright. Bring it down a little bit. That's about right. We'll do the spots like this. And we'll just do some flat color. I'm not going to do lineless or anything fancy. So I kind of like it with the thick outlines like this. I think it works for this character. He's very cute. He's very cute. There you go. And then maybe... I don't like how these two are like side by side. I like this one being visible. And then the other one I might make like a side view or just a little piece sticking out on the left or the right. So like here, something like that. There we go. Your series is called Louie and Friends. It's a slice of life musical series starring a bunch of animal characters, with the main message of the series being about being free to be who you want to be. That's cute. I like that a lot. And I love that the star is a giraffe. That's a nice, big, bold, tall animal choice. Also, I messed up here. This should be like this and overlapping the head a bit. There we go. Fixed. Okay. I think that does it for the sketch. I don't think we need that anymore. Let's use this as a reference layer, which you'll see what this does in a minute. It means when we do color on a layer beneath, it'll be referencing the line art of that, so I can get most of the coloring done quickly. You'll see I'll have to patch up the edges and stuff, but it saves a little bit of time. We're going to do a yellow kind of like, it's like a little bit orange, like that. Maybe a little bit lighter, more buttery, something like that. Okay, that looks cute. Let's do that. And that did a pretty good job, but if you zoom in, it's going to be... it's not too bad. Let's see how it looks on white, because I'm going to do a white background, I think, for this. There's some little gaps, but it's not too bad. I don't know if you can even see, but see the little tiny gaps on the edges of where the color goes? It's not so bad, though. Save me a few seconds of coloring myself. Is there a skunk? Because there should be. Oh, in the story, yeah, there should be a skunk, because skunks are cute. It takes a lot of cues from my childhood and the shows I watched. I've been having so much fun making it. Well, I hope you continue having a blast making it, and it all comes together the way you envision. And that you get to share it with the world. And you gotta send me a link whenever you get it done, because I would love to watch it. I love cute animal stuff. I'll sit and watch it. And leave a nice comment about what I thought. That's a big undertaking. I wish you all the best. Though you're talking to somebody who took 2 years to draw every Animal Crossing villager and then another 2 years to do the last 6 villagers that were released as an update, like, I think 2 or 3 weeks after I finished every other villager, so... Sometimes I can be motivated to take on a huge project, and sometimes I cannot be. I admire anybody who does. Of course you will. Thanks for all the kind words. Yeah, of course. Definitely tag me in, like, if you post, like, concept art and stuff, too, on any social media, tag me in that, too. I'll take a look. I want to see what all the people in my chat are working on creatively. Even if it's, like, a notebook doodle that you think is kind of cute and you just upload it to Instagram or something. I want to hit it with a like. So tag me in all your creative endeavors. Anyone watching or listening to this at any point. I will hit you with a like and a nice comment about your creative output. Because I think everybody should be making stuff. Even if you don't think you're an artist or whatever, just regardless, everyone should be making stuff. Especially in this era of AI and everything, I think creative expression is vitally important. It's good for your brain. It's good for your soul. It's good for whatever. It's good for you. Make stuff. Even if you think it stinks, make stuff. DM me some of the art. Yes, please do. Please DM me your character work and I'll check it out after the stream. And I need to still post the stuff I drew last week on my Instagram. I just forgot to do that. So I'll do that tonight post-stream. I'll upload the... What did I draw last week? It was a deer-frog hybrid and an elephant, I believe. I already forgot what I drew last week. Oh, the Triceratops I posted. What else did I draw last week? Was that really it? Yeah, it was just it was the deer-frog hybrid, I think. I could have sworn there was another thing I drew. Am I losing my marbles? I don't know. But anyway, I'll post that, and then I'll post this and anything else I draw tonight. I actually redesigned your Sona recently after... Was it a total redesign, or just, like, you know, the core of the character is still there, but you just touched it up to adapt to, like, your current day art style? I would love to do some, like, draw this again challenges, because specifically, I keep saying this, but there's this, like, Care Bear piece I did forever ago that I love the color palette of it and the feeling of it, but I want to redo it in my lineless style and make it, like, way cuter. And add more of the little Care Bear stars and rainbows and stuff and make it really over-the-top cutesy-wootsy. I would love to try that again with my current style. With the total redesign. Like, basically not even the same character. That's cool. Why do you think your character needed a refresh? Just different attitude, personality, art style? All the above. Just needed a fresh face. It is fun to revisit stuff you did a couple years ago and then try to draw it in your current style. I would, like, if I had the patience, oh man, to redo the entire Animal Crossing series in, like, the lineless, like, textured storybook style I have now, it would take so long. I don't even, like, want to joke about it, but it would look really good. And I bet those prints would sell a lot better on Redbubble. Though somebody today bought a sticker of one of the villagers and I made 37 cents, so I'll take that royalty check any day, Redbubble, thank you. It's like every couple of months they'll send me like $20, because I think that's the minimum, is like 20 or 25 bucks before they can cash you out. Because people still buy those as stickers and shirts and stuff. I don't advertise it and it just kind of happens organically, but it's cool when it does. It's like, hey, thanks for the $5 for me doing nothing today. I think that's the highest margin, is like somebody gets a sweater or a shirt or something and I make like $5 or $6. I should have pursued the Redbubble maybe and put more stuff on there, but it seems like a lot of effort, so for not a guaranteed return. It's just fun passively if you feel like throwing something on there and somebody buys it. It's like, hey, thank you. I put a picture of an Oreo cookie with wings based on a blanket design I loved that my cousin had growing up, with like these little flying Oreo cookies. I did that and I put that on Redbubble and people still buy that. Though I did it as an actual sticker and put it on my website, and not to this day nobody has bought one sticker. If you place an order for those stickers, I still have them in my closet, but I don't have envelopes or stamps, so that would be kind of annoying for me. But I don't live in fear of that because nobody has placed an order for one yet. So. Clipping mask. I'm gonna do really quickly. I know I said I wasn't gonna do a whole bunch, but I kind of want to add a little shading real quick. Let me just do like, I don't know, that kind of color. Clipping mask. Just add a little something something to the edges. A little texture, a little shadow. And I'll lighten it up and change the blending mode so it's not so crazy too. Maybe just redraw some villagers, maybe your favorites. Sasha, who said that? Maybe I will pick a few favorites. Maybe I'll pick like my top 10 or something. Or I'll look at like, I'm sure there's a database categorizing like who's the most popular based on how many people have traded for that villager. And I just do the most popular, like 10 or something. I think Sasha might be on the top 10 or 20 most popular if I had to think. Pretty cute villager. It's not perfect, but... Okay. I think that looks pretty good. It's real basic, but I think he looks good. I think maybe one more thing I want to try is just to lighten up the whole thing. Make the outlines colored. Let's pick like a dark purple again. It just lightens and brightens him a little bit, so it's not harsh black. I think that looks pretty cute. What do we all think? I'll put him on screen front and center. Wow, he looks so much different on my screen than on the OBS screen. He's like bright yellow. It's a little more warm yellow, kind of like, I don't know. Let me try to, ooh, not that. Reference, we don't need that. It's kind of like, I don't know, overlay. Yeah, it's a little bit more muted and warm like that. And on my end, this looks crazy now, but on the OBS screen, it looks good. Kind of like that, where it's just a little bit more warmed up. Maybe I'll leave it like right there. Perfect. Cute. Higo Blep. Did you ever show me your OC Poe? I can't remember. I don't think you did. I don't remember. It's not ringing a bell, but I forgot what I said 30 seconds ago, so I'm sorry if you did mention it and I just forgot. Alright, we did that guy. Now, somebody mentioned a skunk. I can't remember. There was something else. Oh, is there a skunk? There should be. Somebody else had a request. I feel like it was... somebody else said something besides Sasha. I guess I could do a sketch of Sasha too if I can't find it. You know what? While I'm sitting here. Sasha... because that is a specific cute character. I did in the group picture that I did of the new 6 villagers, but oh, I love when Sasha's face is like with the happy mouth. Okay, that's cute. With the wide open happy mouth, that's cute. Oh, Kiwi bird. Oh, but it was your request anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do Sasha. Okay. Alright. So, let's do gray for background color so my face doesn't look as crazy. I didn't put as much effort into the makeup today, but nobody here seems to care, so it's fine. Only me. Alright, let me think of what pose I want to do. I love the, like, wide open mouth with the big sparkly eyes. You know, this is a really bad drawing. I'm just trying to get an idea of pose. Ears are, like, roughly this big. I kind of like the outstretched arms, and then the coat can have a little motion to it too, as like flaps open. The mouth's like here. Head not perfectly dead on, but looking at the viewer, like so excited, like yay. We'll move it. This mouth looks crazy, please. Ignore that. But roughly there is where I want to put it. Let's see. Pippin from Vita the Vet recently. Okay. I'll add it to my list just in case I don't draw it today. Stickies. Stickies. Where's the stickies? Okay. Just in case, I'll put it at the tippy top of the list. Oops, where did it go? Where'd the request? Pippin Vita the Vet. I also Visa the Vet. Vita the Vet. Okay, perfect. Whoa, hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. You'll place this in art just like your email. DMs is I'm semi-active on Instagram. There's both Alyssa Aaron Art and I think it's Alyssa Aaron Art Streams or something like that. I have 2 different art Instagram accounts. I check both like once a week when I do bother to post the art. So I'll check there. I'm on Twitter just lurking most of the time. I don't hardly post anything, but I will read DMs there. Email is fine, and I also have a contact form on my website at alyssaaaron.com. Any way you can find to reach me is cool. It's not like anybody's blowing up my inbox. I'm not like, you know, a 1 million subscriber channel or anything. So anywhere you want to send, it's cool. Pippin Vita the Vet. All right. And then did you send me the Louis and Friends key art you made a few months back with the characters from the series? I don't remember if you did. Again, my memory's not the best, so that's not ringing a bell to me. So feel free to resend that if you'd like. Also, why was my face just like this the whole time I was just talking now? I just caught myself in the viewfinder. I don't know. I need to stop looking at myself in the circle because, like, I know I look normal, but your brain thinks weird things. So I kind of want the jacket open, and I'm assuming like a white t-shirt underneath. And then maybe like a happy, like 1 foot on the ground and then 1 foot up kind of thing. Though, do I want to do it the way I used to, where I had like the bunny legs, where it's like an actual bunny foot? Or do I want to do the Animal Crossing where it's like a stump? Like a bunny leg. Bunny leg. Where it kind of, yeah, it's just like this. And then a long bunny foot. Oh my gosh, what brush is this? Why am I using that for an eraser? What is wrong with me? We'll do that as an eraser. Okay. I don't know, does it look silly to have? I used to do like the animal feet and then the stump hands is how I used to do my... Oh, you just sent it. Did you send it on Instagram or... I don't have my email or anything open right now, so... Or my messages or anything. OCs for the stream as official characters. I would prefer be official characters. If you do want an OC drawn by me, I can take a commission, which is a whole different thing, which I believe there's a link to my commissions and whatnot at alyssaaaron.com/tree on the screen there. Those are paid, but for free you can request official characters, fan art. You DM'd it on Insta? I'll check it later when I go post my art on there. How are you? I'm great. I'm great. No, you love it? Okay, cool. Though I do, like, if somebody's OC is just, like, a fruit bat, and they happen to request a fruit bat, and I draw a fruit bat, I think that's fine. Like, oh, my OC is a green fruit bat. Can you draw a green fruit bat? Like, okay, that's generic enough. But I'm not going to do, like, the specific markings and outfits and whatever pose you want or whatever on stream. If you want to be specific, you're going to have to pay me for that. I don't know. What do we think about long bunny foot, or should I just do... I feel like the stump is cuter. I was trying to find, real quick, where did... I think alyssaaaron.com just has, like, the art I did before of Sasha. What did I do before? Yeah, I did bunny feet before. Okay. I'm literally just copying what I did. What am I drawing? I'm drawing Sasha from Animal Crossing. I literally just went to alyssaaaron.com and I'm using my own art as reference several years later, which is kind of funny. But I do like the bunny feet, and I did them like facing inward last time like that. But I do want a more joyous like expression or pose. So maybe something like this. Something a little more jumping for joyish. Yeah, this kind of like beanie looking bunny foot I think is cute. Okay. It's like, okay, you ate that up, Alyssa of 3 years ago or 4 years ago or however long. Something like that. Okay. I think that works. There we go. Is this a bunny or a cat? He is a bunny. His ears were cut off though, so I could understand the confusion. I think I'll have the ears going every which way like that. And a tuft of hair. Maybe the hair's bouncing up a little bit. Because otherwise it's just this big puff in the front. I'll make it look cuter. I'm promising. I'm just trying to figure out where everything goes. And then I'll do another sketch layer on top of this, and then I'll do the colors. You also sent art on Instagram. Cool, I'll check it out later. I'm excited to see what everybody sent. You should do a DuckTales parody titled Cottontails, or a parody of the same show and call it Ponytails. That's cute. Ponytails. I like that. Whoever's sending the hearts and celebrations, thank you. It probably is my sister, I would guess. Or my niece. Even better if that's true. Where did that picture of Sasha go? Go back. Where did it go? Sasha Animal Crossing. Show me that cute bunny. Where did the picture go that I was just looking at with the, like, open mouth? What happened? Did I, like, hallucinate it? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I want the open mouth. And before I drew, like, my own kind of style for the mouth, I might do that again. But I love the wide open, like, I drew it with, like, this and, like, connected to the nose. But I kind of want to do the Animal Crossing where it's more simple for this one, just because it's so cute on Sasha. Maybe not that big either. The mouth is not that big. Like that. And then little nose. Big eyes. We'll do a little collar here. Do an open jacket with a t-shirt. I want to have a little swoosh in the jacket. A little yippee. Like that. Let's see. Kix is your favorite Animal Crossing character in general. I already drew him, but Sasha's my favorite villager. Well, I'm glad I'm getting your faves. So even if I never commit to any of the other characters, you'll get these two. The mouth should be even smaller. I'm looking at the ref and I'm like, what am I doing? Squeeze in a little bit. That's cute. And it doesn't need to be perfect because I don't have to copy the reference, but I like the ratio of mouth to nose to eyes there. I'm going to try to honor it. Though my mouth is open quite a bit wider than the official one. But it's cute. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit lower. Cute, cute, cute. Buttons. How many buttons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the fifth one's down on the very bottom here, so I can space them out a little bit better. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And there'd be buttonholes over here to match. Like so. And little pockets. I'm just going to make real simple lines. Nothing fancy. And then this tuft of hair I want to make really bouncy looking and fluffy. This will be the most off model I get, I think, is the hair. Just because I want the hair to have a bunch of bounce and fluff. Because I think it's cute. And also, he's bouncing. so his hair would be bouncy too. A very obscure character almost nobody knows of. Share the image of it to you. I tried allowing links in the chat. I don't know why it doesn't work. You could DM it to me and I could take a look at it for next week, possibly. Or contact form on my website. You're making an apple pie. That sounds delicious. Was it you who was sending the party horns and the hearts and all that? Party. Thank you if so. Maybe I'll make it like that. Fluffy, fluffy. Cute, cute. And a request of a character is not necessarily a guarantee I'll draw it, but if it's something cutesy and something that I think would be fun to do in my style, I'll take a look. That was you. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Sparkle, sparkle. Okay, just trying to look at the proportions and make sure everything's cute. I think this head can be squished down a little bit more oval. Like that. Yeah, wider than tall. That's a lot better. It's like a watermelon head. I'm kind of doing it like so on model because I already did like my style with like the fluffy cheeks and like the bunny tail and stuff. I might still, there's touches of it because the feet are like how I would do it. But I like the mouth and the head being on model, I think, for this. It's really cute. Ooh. And I think it'll look cute in the lineless style, too. And then there's a K on the jacket that I need to add. I haven't done so yet. Is there room for it over here? K. Like that. Sorry, I got really silent. I just like got dead silent and zoned out for like what felt like an hour there. Sorry, I'll read chat here in a second. Not the best professional streamer sometimes. Just dead air. Okay. Trying to get the arms right. I think that's about right. Yeah. And maybe slightly more squished on these paws here. Like that. Okay, I think that's cute. And then eye mask goes around here. Great. I think this is... I was going to do a second sketch layer, but I don't think I need it. I'm just going to start doing the line parts that I need lines for. So like a little bit of the overlap in the hair. I don't want to use this brush, though. Let's go to my trusty dry ink. Okay. Send a picture of a frog to me. Okay, I will check that later, and I'll bring it into next week's stream. Sasha's one of my favorite Animal Crossing villagers. I do want to get her on my island at some point. Sasha's a boy. But... oh yeah, somebody pointed that out. Cool. Your art from way back. Sasha is best boy one on my island. But Sasha is the cutest, regardless. YouTube DM feature, if I ask. Is there a YouTube DM feature still? There used to be back in the day, because I used to reach out to like random people on YouTube to tell them I like their videos and stuff. And that were, I didn't know that it was still a thing. If it is, whatever. But if you send it to me on an account that I own, I will find it. Trust and believe. I will find it, and I will take a look at it for next week's stream. I promise. Oh, it's all good. I mean, the name Sasha and like the little eyelashes, it's a simple mistake to make, but Sasha's a little cutie pie. At least I've never met in real life a boy named Sasha, but I don't know what was the name in the Japanese original, because like some of the names are totally different. I remember because that was a huge problem for me doing the list of all 486 or however many villagers, is some of the name translations were different. So I made an alphabetical list and then realized I had like multiple duplicates in my list because I was using a really not great fan wiki as the source for my list, and they were kind of incomplete and all over the place and also had duplicates. And then I used a much better fan wiki after I was like 30 villagers in and it fixed all my problems. But I remember some of the translations being a little silly. Though maybe it's more direct translations now for these like later released villagers versus like the GameCube ones, you know? Or even N64. Okay, I don't want to... I wanted to outline the mouth to give it a little more something something, but I don't like it anymore. I think I'll just do shading inside the mouth. I'll make it a solid shape and then do like red to black chalk shading. I think that'll work. I don't know why I thought like outlining it would give it a little pop or something, but wrong. Let's just do a solid shape. Looks way better already. Cute. Okay. Much better. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was still on the same brain wave of doing like solid outlines like I did for the giraffe maybe. And my brain just malfunctioned. Do a little bit of eyelash here. Email you okay? Yeah, that's cool. Email's fine. If you use the contact form on my website, it just forwards to my email, so it's all the same. It's a Russian Eastern European nickname for Alexander. Oh, I didn't know that. The more you know. Like, I had to look up what the name Steven would be in, like, Spanish. I forgot it was Esteban. Like, you forget these things. Like, Michael would be Miguel. I guess it's not a nickname, but, you know, whatever. It made me think of it. That is cool, though. I didn't know that about the name Sasha. The whole world isn't America, as it turns out. Alright. Why is this eye, like, not... I don't want to cheat and, like, copy and paste the eye, but I think I might. It's my own drawing. It's not cheating. I just want to get it right, you know? The sparkles will be hand-drawn on both, but... Like, and I'm going to still have to touch up the edges because the transform tool on Procreate is terrible. You're going to see, watch, it's going to make the edges jagged on this for no reason. Oh! It's not too bad. I think because the dry ink brush is already jagged, so it doesn't look too crusty, but when you rotate stuff sometimes on here, it just makes it a complete mess, and you have to basically redraw the outside of it. It's crazy. Okay. Fix this up a little bit. Oh wait, this would be filled in like so. Oh, I hate how that's touching that, so let's bring that in a smidge. Nope. Wrong layer. Let's bring this line in just a smidge so they don't touch. Okay, much better. That would upset me. Okay. Better. I'll move the mouth around a little bit, like this. Okay. The nose. Okay, that's looking better. Let's do the sparkles on a new layer because I think Sasha looks a little sad without the sparkles. So we'll do sparkles here. Maybe we'll tint the littler one purple when we get to the coloring. Maybe I want it bigger. Maybe I want the sparkles bigger, huh? And maybe I want them with the round render brush so they're nice and soft. Why not? Hard with a little bit of softness on the edge. Like that. Like that. Like that. Beautiful. Mitchell in Japanese. Cute. Currently villager hunting for boon, and I want to cry. Oh. I am way too lazy for villager hunting. I straight up went and bought like the cards or like the knockoff NPC or whatever tag things, the amiibos. I bought knockoff ones off Etsy. And I have no shame about it because I wanted my specific villagers that I wanted. And I do not have the patience to villager hunt at all. I just simply don't. I am like straight up like I was keeping the black market of Animal Crossing stuff alive on Etsy. Because I bought like a couple million bells one time when I was too lazy to grind. I bought I went to like a hacked island and picked up and put down every single item. That way I could order it from the catalog. I did the same with like all the DIYs. And if I get back into the game, which I'm hesitant to do because I have a very busy month ahead, but if I get back into the game this year, I will be going to another hacked island to get all the new items, and I don't care. I don't have the patience, I just want to decorate. I know it kind of defeats the point of the game, but like, listen, if they're gonna make it a decorating simulator game, I want all the items to decorate with. You feel me? If the game was a little more alive and vibrant the way that like maybe New Leaf was or something, maybe I'd feel like enriched by like growing over time and getting items the normal way and stuff. But like with New Horizons, it's like, listen, the point of the game is to make the island pretty. I'm gonna make the island pretty. You feel me? And yes, those things on Etsy do work. Like it wasn't technically it wasn't a scam. Like it worked, but technically you're not supposed to do that. But whatever. People do worse things. If my biggest crime is paying somebody on Etsy to get all the Animal Crossing items, lock me up. You know? Let's see, valid. I'm probably going to buy a few amiibo cards for some of the villagers you want. Yeah, just get the cards. Or like they have like the knockoff ones you can get on Etsy and they still work because it's just like an NFC chip or whatever it's called that you can scan. Yeah, unfortunately, Catherine O'Hara passed away today. Very sad. R.I.P. R.I.P. Most of us are adults and busy. Yeah, exactly. If you're 30 plus, like you're not... Who's got time? I have more time than most people I know. I work from home and I make my own schedule and I still don't have time to do that. So how do people with like 9 to 5s, like they... Unbelievable. And this was during the pandemic too. Like I literally had nothing better to be doing and I still was like, listen, just give me the items. I think if the game felt more alive, the characters had more personality, like it felt like a living, breathing place. They expanded on the stuff from like New Leaf, like I said, like I probably would be a little more go with the flow because I was strictly like not time traveling for about like 6 months or something like that. Like for a good chunk, I wasn't time traveling at all. I was cheating to get the items in the villagers, but I wanted the flow of time to be real because I wanted that sense of, I don't know, reality. Sketch request email sent. Thank you. I'll check that out later. If I don't get back to you till next week's stream, I'm sorry. I had nothing going on in January for freelance work, and now all of a sudden everything is falling into my lap for February, which is good because I have a big trip in March, and I will not be streaming because I will be in England. So I'm gonna be cramming a bunch of work. So outside of like the hour I take to set up the stream before the stream, I'm not thinking about the stream so much when I'm busy, so I apologize in advance if I don't get back to anybody who reached out. I'll try to reach out to the DMs of art and stuff right after stream because I do have to upload this art and last week's art to my Instagrams. What are you doing in England? What am I not doing in England? I have made a handful of great online friends, so I'll be meeting a couple of them over there. I'm spending like 9 nights in a hostel in London, a female-only hostel, in a safe neighborhood. I mean, it's London. It's not that dangerous anyway, except for the phone thing, which I have a crossbody strap for that. I'll be fine. Going to Liverpool, then going to Scotland, up to Glasgow, Edinburgh, and then back to London to fly back. So that's the current game plan. We'll see how it shakes out. But doing lots. I'll probably be gone for like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. But I'll keep people posted on Twitter or whatever. But I've wanted to go on a big trip for a while. I've saved up. And it'll be a nice break from my computer. Though I am taking my computer with me just in case I need it, but it'll be a nice break from being online all the time. And my birthday's in March, so it's kind of like my big birthday trip because I haven't done really anything exciting for my birthday in years. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. You're going to your neck of the woods? Oh, are you in England too? Or the UK? Or just in Europe in general? I forget where everybody's from. I know Leafy Kitty's in Australia, but I forget where everybody else is. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Soon to be Pisces season. Yeah, you're British. Cool, cool, cool. It's late there for you, huh? 1:30. Night owl. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, I keep making British friends online. If I actually start taking streaming seriously when I get back, I gotta do like daytime streams so like people in the UK can watch, you know what I mean? Because this is way too late for most people to be watching a YouTube stream. I respect the night owl. Happy early birthday, may it go well. Thank you. It's 1:23. I have a terrible sleep schedule. It's fine. I among my British friends, some had or have like third shift jobs and like all kinds of crazy hours. So I'll be getting texts at like 2, 3 in the morning my time or middle of the day or what. Like you just get used to the weirdness of it, the 6-hour difference. You get used to it. That's the other perk of like freelancing, being my own boss, is I can sleep whenever I want. Sometimes I get into trouble doing that and I completely mess up my sleep schedule, but it's okay. It's one of the work perks of being self-employed. You can have friends in all time zones. It's not a massive problem since it's the weekend, but I do need to get your sleep schedule in order. Well, don't let me keep you up. I mean, it's basically just going to be working on this and then maybe one other sketch request if I have time. If you need to sleep, sleep. You want to go to Finland? Ooh. Anything there in particular you want to see, or just do you think the country's cool? I want to go to Iceland so bad. I don't know if I have the budget for it. Like this trip. I'm going to have to come back and recoup my financial situation when I get back. But if I have enough money in my savings that I've tucked away, like I'm not going to get a bunch of souvenirs or whatever. I'd rather spend the money on food or tickets for something. And I'm staying in hostels, like cheap. If I have the money, I'll go to Iceland as well on this trip, but like that's a huge if. Like I just got to save my money and come back home and do another trip. I would love to go to Iceland. I want to go to the Blue Lagoon so bad. I'm a huge Björk fan. I've wanted to go to Iceland for years, so. And it's so tempting when you're already in Europe. It's like it's so close. I'm so close to it, but so far away. It's also a very expensive country to visit, so maybe another time, maybe next year, next birthday. That's what I'll do next birthday, is I'll go early March and I'll try to like see the Northern Lights and all that jazz. Moshi Monsters. I think I drew one too. I can't remember which one, but okay, like that. And then I'll do little like fingers, I think, like just to make it cutesy, like that. Sweet. Oh, and I gotta do the lines down here too. Your boyfriend lives in Finland. Aw. We haven't seen each other since before the pandemic, right? Oh. Well, I hope you get out to Finland soon. That's tough. Long distance is hard. It is not easy. All of my boyfriends have been long distance except for the last one, who was the worst one, so. I can't even recommend meeting people locally because like I wouldn't be taking my own advice. uh, Scotland on a motorcycle, is that what you'd love to do? Your dream trip? I'll be seeing Scotland by foot, bus, and train or whatever I need to get around from Glasgow to Edinburgh. And one of my friends lives up in on the coast of Scotland, so I'd love to go visit up there too. Time and money and everything permitting, we will see how it goes. Let's lower the opacity here so I can see all these little doodads and details on the jacket and do those on this layer as well. Like this pocket. Square it off with the eraser. Do the same on the other side. We're both low income, so it's nearly impossible to save the money. Maybe someday. I really hope you find a great deal on a flight, or what I've been doing is I started United rewards cards, and they give you a bonus. Like if you spend X amount of money in the first 3 months, you get bonus miles or whatever. So I have enough miles now banked up that my flight back to United States is going to be free. And then I'm just banking up more miles on a different card just so I don't have to pay for flights for anything for the next year. Or if I get out there and I'm lazy and I don't want to take the train from like London to Liverpool, I can take a flight or something. I don't know. Just to have the miles. Sometimes you get really like crazy snap deals on stuff too, so definitely set up like alerts for flights because sometimes they have crazy cheap flights. Like my flight to London, because I picked an off season and I got it way in advance, it was like $350. Like super cheap. The one way. I'm gonna have to pay for the return, but and the return will probably be like $500 or $600 or something like that. But where there's a will, there's a way, and I hope the best for you guys because it's tough. It's tough. Now I'm kind of like, what? I hope I don't get along with my friends too well in the UK because then I'm gonna want to come back, and I don't have the wallet for that, so they're gonna have to come visit me in Chicago. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Come visit me. Chicago's great. Best city in the US, baby. Right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. Let's do that. I'm like falling off the camera every time I look at the camera. It's making me nuts. I know nobody else minds, but I do. It's making me crazy. I'm like bent over. Horrible drawing posture. Never look to me as an inspiration for how to like functionally work because I'm like hunched over an iPad at my desk right now. Surprisingly, no neck pain or upper back pain yet. Knock on wood, but I mean, it's been almost 36 years. I think maybe my body's just used to it. I don't know. I've been drawing like this basically since I was a kid, though. My family will tell you I was hunched over like a binder with a stack of like printer paper on it. Same thing, it's just with an iPad. Same thing. Alright, I think that's all the lines I need. Let's do the shapes for the inside of the ears real quick, and then the hair. Let's do ear shape, hair, and then I have to do the face mask shape on the head, and the little detail here on the feet. And the K I need to do. Where's the K? Let's do outline, because the middle is gold. Oh, why did I mess that up so bad? Oh, if I do that, it's not so bad. You forgot to mention you pledged money to design an official moshling for the new Moshi Monsters game. It's guaranteed to appear when the game comes out. That's really exciting. That's super cool. Definitely remind me when it does come out and you know all the details of the reveal and everything. I want to check it out. Usually in your mouth unless it's 10 in your mouth. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope where there's a will, there's a way. I hope there's a way to get a flight out either way, either direction for for you guys soon. Wishing the best for you guys. That's a tricky situation, but long distance is fun too. Like it's tough, but I think it's a cool way to get to know somebody. I think you get to know somebody more deeply and genuinely when you text a lot first. I don't know. It sounds backwards because people think you have to like meet somebody in person, but I don't know. I found the opposite to be true. I think you get a better picture of what somebody's like if they're at a distance and you just talk to each other a lot. I think it's a different way to get to know someone, but a little more rich for the right people. Like not everybody's about it, but I enjoy it. But I've always met people online, so that's just me. Let's do yellow. What to oh, I drew Jeepers the Snuggly Tiger Cub. I remember that now. You went on a trip to Chicago a while back. It was nice. Have you been to Portillo's Hot Dogs with the Wiener Dog mascot? I know of it. I'm vegan, and I don't think there's anything vegan at Portillo's except the French fries. So I have not been, but I know of it, and I know of the infamous Cake Shake, which is, as it sounds, a shake with a whole slice of cake blended into it. And allegedly, they don't tell you the quote-unquote secret recipe, but allegedly the secret of the cake and why it's so moist is they put mayonnaise in it. That's like the urban legend or the oft-repeated thing that I don't know if it's actually true, but that's what people say. But the fun fact about the Chicago hot dogs is you don't ever put ketchup on them. They are mustard and pickles or whatever and a bunch of other stuff, but no ketchup. And I guess, allegedly, I could be wrong, but I think that goes back to like some old-timey thing where like if somebody offered you a cut of meat and you put ketchup or sauce or whatever on it, it was considered offensive. Because it's like, what, it doesn't taste good enough without the ketchup? So it kind of goes back to that. It's like, what, the hot dog isn't good enough with just the mustard and the other stuff on it? So now if you go to like a hot dog stand, a lot of them will have a little sign where it's like, if you want ketchup, you have to do a little jig or a dance. They'll like make you do a little humiliation thing to like earn your ketchup. It's very silly, but it's just one of those like goofball Chicago things that they've kept. All right, we got fluffy hair. I'm not crazy about the like shape overlapping the eye like I thought I would be. Let me hide it real quick to see what I was thinking. Oh, I think because I wanted this to be this whole chunk here. Let's see if I like that better. I don't love that it's touching the eye again. Let me see if I can fix this and make it just not overlapping, barely. I'm not crazy about that. But I do like the little chunk of hair thing. I think that's better. I think that's better. Okay. Chicago's got a lot of interesting stuff. That's like the least interesting thing about Chicago. We have world-class architecture here, amazing food, one of the better public transit systems in America. It's a beautiful city with a rich history. I recommend everybody visit at least once. And I'm not just saying that because I live here, because I wasn't born here, I moved here, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful working class American city with a lot to offer. And it's kind of like a smaller, cleaner New York City, where like the trash is not all over the streets. There are more rats here than New York City, surprisingly, but they're hidden in the alleyways, so you hardly won't see them. You'll probably see them on the train tracks. But unless you're going down alleyways looking for rats, you're probably not going to run into a bunch. It's cleaner, it's smaller, it's easier to get around, I think, than New York. And you can go see a Broadway show here and go to a fine dining restaurant and go to a world-class museum and do all the stuff you could do in any good city. It's all right here, baby. I was thinking about, too, that was my other plan B before I decided to cook up this, like, huge international trip, is I was like, I'm gonna pretend I'm rich in Chicago for my birthday for a month and just, like, get, like, fancy hotel rooms in the city. Because I'm like, well, it seems silly to get a hotel room in the city you live in, but I'm like, people spend thousands of dollars to travel here as a luxury destination. And it's cheaper for me, somebody who lives here, to take the train to the hotel. You know? Why not take advantage of living in a place like this, you know? So maybe that'll be next year's plan instead of flying to England. But I think if you live somewhere where people vacation to, you should take advantage of it. People pay big money to go to your hometown that you don't think much of, you know. You're gonna scrounge for food, you'll be back. Cool. Have I been to the Lincoln Park Zoo? Yes, I have, because it's free and you can just wander in there. If you're in Lincoln Park, you just kind of end up poking around the zoo. It's free to all. You can just walk in there and go see all the critters. Let's do the gold bit on this layer for the K. And then I'm going to start fixing these colors soon. As soon as I fix that, the foot needs a little something something on it. The toes need to be a different color. So I'll go do that real quick and then start putting the correct colors in. And it'll all come together. The exciting part was when it all starts to come together. All right, clipping mask. I don't know where the stray line came from. I'm gonna have to investigate that in a second. Oh, that was just some random layer that happened. Okay, cool. I think that's it for like, ooh, the ears. One more. One more. They need a layer of a different color at the top too. Right about here. Right about there. And then in classic me doing Animal Crossing Villagers style, I'll do a square of color behind Sasha. I'm just going to do yellow for right now. I'll change it, but just to get a little pop of color. And we'll do a nice uneven, chunky, funky textured square in keeping with kind of what I used to do, but a little more funky shaped. Just for funsies. So the yellow might actually look good and cheerful with the blue. We'll see. We'll see how it all comes together. But first, let's raise the opacity of every layer. So it's at full opacity. I think these are all good. Good, 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 good. I think we're all set. Okay, cool. Now, let's go top to bottom. Or bottom to top, rather. Alpha lock all these so we don't have to draw outside the lines. Alpha lock, alpha lock, alpha lock. Okay, and then we'll work our way from the bottom to the top. Let's do this Nico Roll brush and let's get this nice color. Like a little bit green, bright blue, I think right around here, but I'm gonna mute it just a little bit. Just like here. Just a little bit greener, I think. Maybe I'll get a few shades in. There we go. What did I color with before? Was not me looking at my old art again. I was using the round render brush because it's very soft. Interesting. And I used like a more muted gray blue. I think I was trying to do like CMYK color palette for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I definitely went more muted last time. And I used the round render brush, which I might do here as well. To add just a couple different shades. Like blue to blue-green. Just to get a little bit of a something, something. There we go. And I'll do the same on the head. With this bluer color and then the more green mixed in there too. Alright, the yellow it's on right now is crazy. We're not going to keep that. Let's make this white first of all, the background. Let's just lower the opacity of this for right now. We'll deal with this in a minute. The light yellow is not too bad. Maybe I'll make it the same color as the hair or something. Now, the feet are white, which is complicated with the white background, but I think we can do like a grayish blue-green, and then fade it to white on the inside of the foot so you can still see it on the white. So something like this. I kind of want to add a little more of the actual chalk here because it's a little schmessy. There we go. It fills that up a little bit, and I see gaps over here too, so I'm going to quickly do that. Beautiful. Alpha lock. There we go. What do you think is the best year to be 19 years old? Just a random thought. I don't know. I always say I'd like to be a teenager in the 90s because I was a little kid in the 90s, and it seemed cool to be a teenager in the 90s, but I don't know. I kind of like the year I was born. I feel alright being the age I am now. I feel like I was born in the right era. To be online all the time, basically. And then get burned out by it and go on an international trip paid for by drawing cartoons online. I was born in the exact right era. Actually. So I'll say 2009 was the perfect year to be 19. Alright, this jacket is not red. It is blue, so let's change that. Oh, and it's got gray sleeves, so one more clipping mask. So cute. Thank you. Let's do gray real quick on these sleeves. Like so. And then we'll make this like cut off right here so it doesn't run into the K. Alright, the arm's a little short on this side. It's fine. They're stumpy. The villagers are stumpy, okay? They have stumpy little limbs that aren't good for very much except carrying maybe a book or a sandwich. And they're not reading that book. They're sitting down under the tree and taking a nap holding the book. Occasionally they'll be hammering, doing a craft of some kind. And that's about all the manual labor they need the little stumps for. Carrying wood aimlessly around on the island, not doing anything with it. Like this and like that. There we go. And then I need like a royal blue. Something like this. I might use a few different... Whoa, wrong brush. And it's like a jump scare every time I pick like the color changey render brush. And also the bottom of this needs to be gray too, so actually, real quick. It's like dark gray underneath the black. A little bit. So something like that. Extends all the way to the bottom of the jacket, it looks like. So something like that. Alpha lock. And we'll do darker blue. Like this. Beautiful. Sorry, I went silent there for a second. Just figuring out the ears. And where's the little tippy top of the ears at? Right here. We'll do the same thing we did for the feet on the bottom where there's like blue on the very edges so you can actually see it against the white background, but we're going to make the rest white And then I'm going to clean up, or add rather, whoops, some more white to fill out some of these gaps at the top. Okay. Alpha lock, and then let's get that same blue from down there. Even if it doesn't make sense to have a shadow at the top of the ear, it's fine. It makes it legible against the white background, and that's what matters. And we'll fill out, we'll smooth it out a little bit with the white again. Beautiful. And then we need a nice light bright yellow for this hair. Oh, that's cute. Well, he came together really cute. And these buttons need to be silver. So we're gonna do that real quick. I think the pocket being black is okay. We're gonna make this t-shirt line white. We're gonna make the leg lines just a darker version of the color here, so it's not so in your face pow with the black. Gonna make these little paw lines gray. Do the same for these paw lines here. Here. And then the hair, just a darker version of what we already got. Right there. Right there. Beautiful. Let's try a lighter yellow. Oh, it's kind of illegible with the hair, so let's try yellow at the bottom and then fade it to maybe, let's try like a baby purple, like a lavender. I don't know if I like the blue on that. Maybe, ooh, okay, the jacket blue. That way we can keep it kind of limited colors. Okay, I like that. Blue and then fade it to yellow so we get happy yellow still. Okay, that's cute. And it looks kind of like sports colors too, which matches like the sports jersey thing. I kind of want to chip more of the edges off of this though. Just a few, just clean it up a little bit. Because I like the messiness of it, but it's a little too messy, you feel me? Like that, maybe. Or maybe, let me smudge it in the middle too, because there's like, ooh, did I not alpha lock it? Okay, I did. Just blend, blend, blend until we get something kind of cool. Or maybe, I like the yellow so much, I just wish it worked. Maybe it would just be better with like mostly yellow, and then where it gets to the hair. Yeah, I think changing the ratio, so it's not so 50-50. I think that works. It looks so bad against the hair because it doesn't stand out. I don't know. I could also change it to green or something, but I kind of want to stick to the colors I already have. Hold on, I have an idea. What would it look like with this orange from the ear? Oh! I like the orange. Maybe not that exact shade, but like, I like the concept of orange. Wait, redo. No, no, no. Hold up. Redo that. Don't undo that. Did I tell you to undo? I must have on accident. Trim this up a little bit. Trim this up a little bit. And then bring some of the yellow in at the bottom. There we go. Orange and yellow. Love that. Sorry if I haven't been reading the chat, if somebody's yelling at me to like do orange. I'm sorry, I didn't see your idea first. Okay. I like that much better. It's very cheerful and it brings some of the other color in from the picture. Cute. What do we think? Did I miss anything in the chat? No. Okay, cool. Man, my hair looks crazy today. That's fine. Alright. He is a baby, isn't he? And we're gonna do a layer of noise. Overlay. Let me see how he looks on your guys' end, because the colors are always crazy. Okay, this is like... Man, I don't know what it is about OBS, but it just makes the colors like hyper bright, at least to me. Is this like eye-blindingly blue to you? That's crazy. I need to do some troubleshooting on that, because I swear the colors look much more muted and nice in person. Okay, let me add a layer on top to kind of like simulate. It's sort of like, not overlay. Oh, the color's cute with like the warm tone. That's kind of cute. Well, in any event, it doesn't look as crazy on the OBS, so I'll delete it before I post online, but that looks a little less crazy. Bean says, good job. Oh, it looks like Sasha wants to make a hug. That's exactly just what I was going for. Just super happy, cheerful, wants to give you a hug. Very excited to see you. I think it turned out okay. Oh, I want to move the nose a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm like adjusting stuff last second. I just want to tweak where the nose is real quick. Where did I put the nose? Right here? I'm just looking at the reference and it should be just a little bit smaller. And a little bit like here. There we go. I think that's cute. Okay. I think that's pretty cute. And then I have a half hour left, so I can start at least. What was the other one? It was Vita the Vet? Pippin, Vita the Vet. Yeah, let's start it. I don't know if I'll finish it, but... Let's see. Pippin's cute! I've drawn Vita on stream before, but I didn't know any of the other characters' names. Cute character. Okay, there's some good ref of her walking around, posing, stomping her feet. Okay. That's a good one with the wink. Let's open this picture real quick. I like the one of her singing too. Okay, this is a good ref. It's like the underside of the foot. And Bean says, good job. Thank you, Bean. I don't know if I replied to that yet or not. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow on this one, because I'm not familiar with this character. Let's make my face not illuminated with white while I sketch. And let's just think. Do I want to do it more exaggerated Alyssa style or go on model? Let's just go with the flow. I love the big eyes. Big shiny eyes. I think I'll do Alyssa style where it's like kind of pushed and more squared. Though there's a lot of like rounded square shapes in this character already. Like the hair's got this nice shape at the top. I like the little bit of line with the nose at the top of it. The nostril shouldn't be that big, I think. Something like that. Let's see. There's a very good chance that some of the search results are some of my art of her. She's my favorite character in the show. Aw. Well, I picked on some that looked like they're screenshots from the show, but I could be wrong. There's one of her, like, dancing that kind of looks like fan art now that I look at it. Dancing with, like, one foot up with, like, a music note in the background. If that's yours, then I'm looking at it. And then the other one looks like a screenshot just from the show of a pretty standard pose. So if the art of her dancing with the paw out and the paw on the hip and the music note is your fan art, then I am looking at that, actually. And let me move this over to the side a little smidge. There we go. Make this nose a little bit smaller. I like the big nose, but it's a little overkill on mine, so. It's like smaller than the eyes is the thing for the cuteness, so. I like this little, just to show like the muzzle shape line. I like that. That's not your art, but you're good friends with the artist who did it. Oh, that's cute. It's a cute character. I get why you and your friend are making fan art of her. She's very cute. What's her personality like in the show? She seems friendly. I mean, I'm not getting villain vibes from her or anything. Looks super cute. Black like that. There we go. I want the shines to come from the same direction, so like that. Yeah, something like that. Cute. And a big ol' ear. It's like a thinner outline on the ear. And this part's chunky. And this part's chunky. And the outline's thinner. The shape of this one is a little closer. Then this one's a little out of whack. Let me fix it. Pull it in a little. She's a koala that loves musical theater, acting, and singing. Cute. Love that. I love the fan art your friend did that captures her personality very well. I'll make this mouth a little bit smaller. I think I'm just gonna do a friendly pose of her waving, maybe. It's kind of generic, but... Or, you know, she likes music and singing, so... Gonna have her doing a little dance as well. Huh. Let me think. What's a good, cute dancing pose? Like boogie woogie. This looks so cute already. Thank you! I appreciate that. Maybe pointing like she's at a disco or something. Let me look up disco cartoon pose and just see. Yeah, the one finger in the air is boogie woogie. Maybe with her little hip bumped out a little bit. One leg. Let me think. Where's a good pose? I just had one that I saw. This is looking good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is a very, like, cutesy-wootsy character right up my alley. Disco Pippin. I'm glad it fits the character. Do one hand on the hip like so, one pointing up. And then, looks like in the pose I'm looking at, the side with the hand on the hip, the leg is kind of doing a this and a that, but I might change it. There's got to be a better leg pose for... Yeah, you're like leaning into the hand pointing up. Alright, I'm getting different. My first mistake was looking up cartoon, because then you get all manner of clip art, and not all of them are good. Or maybe... No, that just looks like she's going like tisk tisk. We want like a dance pose. Bend the knee a little bit. Maybe both bent knees. This is a really bad sketch. I'll clean it up, I promise. I just want it to look like she's dancing with the feet. Maybe one foot off the ground. Like one kicked up a little bit in the air. Give her a little movement. And then one kind of stretched out like that. Huh, that's a little better. I don't want it to look like she's giving a school lesson. I like Vita the vet community should get more love and art based off it. Definitely, the characters are super cute. You know what? I'll change it a little bit, the pose. See if you get the hand off the body. It's a little more disco. The arm might be too long. I'm going to fix it, but this leg can be kind of stiff and forward. And then this one can be bent. And that's kind of giving disco. And the arm should be more up and the head could be tilted back. Arm up. Head tilted back. Or maybe dead on. No, I like the tilt. It adds a little movement. Okay, and now let's fix the character so it actually looks like the character. Okay, there's a little bit of a bend in the knee, so with this type of leg where it's all squish, I'm gonna have to just smush it. So if the belly's like here, the leg is like real squished, like this. Squishy, like there. And then this leg, instead of being like 5 times longer than it needs to be, it can be kind of stretched out like this. And then the front toes can be like this. It's kind of janky looking. Maybe I can just have it go the other way. It's not too bad, actually. She does have pretty small legs. Let me rethink this leg. Because the bent one I think is okay. I think that's alright the way it is. It's squishy and it's bent. But how do I do the extended leg? I think the way I did it, but just like better. Okay, the tummy can be like here. Like that. And then feet. I don't know if the perspective is right, but perspective is my weakness. Okay, the back of the foot is like here, because we want it to be, the heels to be on the same, you know, place. So something like that. I don't want the leg to trip me up, but we're just gonna leave it like that, and then maybe squish like this. The legs are tricky. Ooh, I don't like that. We're gonna just have this foot stick out like this, maybe. Okay, I like that better already. We're just gonna have the foot. I was getting way too complicated with it. Just have the foot stick out. Okay. And then we can do the paw like coming out like this. I just don't want to get stuck on one thing, you know? I see the chat moving. I'll check in a second. Somebody's probably got a better idea, huh? Let's see. Hi, Louie. Oh, is that your friend? Reference a lot of images from the show. Aw. I'm gonna squish this whole thing a little bit. Because I've drawn the legs too long, I fear, in general. Her legs are like... Yeah, the legs need to be even shorter. They're like 1/3 of the length of her body, almost. Like, they're little. Legs way too long. Let me think. Her torso's like about... Or her body's about as big as her head, which I basically have. Maybe a little bit lower. And more like squared out belly at the bottom. Like that. I think this is better than what it was before. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's okay. You're friends with them? Cool, cool. Welcome, friend, to the stream. Oh, I already read that. Okay, cool. We'll do... Where does that disco image back again? Okay. We'll just do, like, fingers out like that. And then we'll make sure the arm and everything's the right length and style. We're gonna real quickly, I'm gonna draw over this sketch. Just so I can see what I'm doing here. So like this. And the hand is roughly this big. One little finger like that. 1, 2, 3 fingers like that. Little claws. I feel like the arm should be a little shorter, stumpier as well. So we'll smush that in. Because the hands, if it's flat, if the arm is like down here, it hits roughly like the knee. So I think that's about right if I imagine this stretching out. I think that's kind of close. Smooth it out though, we don't want any super harsh lines on this very soft, cute character. Okay, I think that's okay for that hand. Then we'll do the disco pointed one. Kind of looks like Stitch. Yeah, a little bit. Seeing that you're drawing Pippin. Aw, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Gonna hop off now. This is really fun stream to be in. Can't wait to be in more. Good night. Good night. Sleep well. Alright. Do the same thing on this. Make sure the fingers are roughly the same size. And it's 3 total, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I got wordless there for a second. I was just like in the zone. And then this one bent. Okay. The leg I still think I could fix, but I don't want to stress about it. It's so unimportant to the total cuteness of the image. But I do want to try distort. Let's just bring it out like that. Okay, just stretching it out a little bit. Made it a little more disco-y, I think. I think that worked. There we go. This is looking so cute. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad to get the love on this character that I've never heard of before this. I've heard of Vita the Vet, but never Pippin. Very cute character. Alright, this is like a sketch on top of a sketch now. I'm just like refining what I did underneath. Okay, let's do actual line art, shall we? Let's get my dry brush out, dry ink brush. Real quick, I'm going to put these in a group and get her... Ooh. Actually, I kind of liked what that was doing a little bit. Okay. Get her in the middle of the canvas. Let's get some lines going. Let's do this size. Yeah, that's good. Like that. Oh, we got all your friends. I can't remember if you said you were from the UK or not, but if you're all Night Owl from the UK, then welcome, welcome. Because I was talking earlier in the stream about how I'm going to the United Kingdom in March for my birthday. You don't have to dox yourselves on the stream. You don't have to say or agree with that. I just was like, hey, I have it on the brain because I'm going to the UK soon. So very exciting. Vita characters are unfortunately pretty obscure. The show isn't that well known. Yeah, it's really like, I mean, I'm not watching it, but every time I've seen like a clip or a piece of art from it, I think that's so cute. It looks very charming. The story seems cute. It should have a bigger fan base, I think. The art style is really, really adorable. I love the touches of the kind of realistic shape of the koala hands and the nose. Like, I like bringing in those elements. Kind of like what I used to do on my Animal Crossing, where I was kind of fighting the urge to do, like, you know, realistic, like, fur on the head. Not realistic, but a little bit more detail. You know? The bunny legs instead of the Animal Crossing stump legs and things like that. I like those touches. It shows that the character designers, like, really care about making the koala look like a koala. You know what I mean? And not just vaguely koala-looking blob. You're from the US. Hello, welcome. We love international friends here. I have many friends in the UK, and they're great. All are welcome in the stream. Night owl or morning person alike. The show should get more love even though it's going through the second season. It's only on 2 seasons now? I don't know how new it is, because I've drawn Vita on stream ages ago, which I'll find as soon as I do the art, or the ink here. I'll go find that Vita I did, for anybody who hasn't seen it, as a request ages ago. But I don't think I've had any other requests for the other characters until today. Got through a lot of tough times with the last 2 or so years. It's so cozy. Sometimes you wish you lived in Sweetwood. That's cute. Like, there's people that say they're sad they can't live in Pandora where Avatar is. Kind of the same kind of, like, escapism. But cozy instead of sweeping magical jungles. So kind of a different vibe. Homesickness for a fictional home. I think that's sweet. It's from 2023. I'm not sure whether they're going to get another season, unfortunately. That's sad. I hope there's many more seasons somehow left to be made. Because it's super cute. You can tell the people working on it really care about making it good. And I think more of those things should exist in the world. I enjoy looking at it and drawing it. These toes need to be a different shape. These toes are too round. I got a little too simplified with the toes. I want them to have a little bit of that, like, point from the reference I'm seeing. Like, it just barely points almost to a claw, but like a little more rounded and friendly. That's cute. That's better. That's better. Should do more in future streams. I might just. These streams are very, like, I do them once a week. They're really just for fun, for a couple hours. I normally sign off about 15 minutes from now, like 8:30 my time. And I just kind of do whatever I feel like. I used to have a little bit more structure with, like, okay, we're doing food, animal hybrids today, or, you know, whatever, a theme or something, but now I kind of just do whatever I feel like doing the last couple of streams. So if somebody yells a cute character in the stream or one that I feel like drawing, I'll draw it. Alright, we'll get the nose in here. Like that. Nostril. Nostril. That little muzzle line thing that I like. I like the little semi-realistic details. Just think it shows care. Shows a character designer who did their homework on koalas. Nice thick eyelashes with like a rounded end on them. Kind of a cool blobby shape eyelash. Makes it stand out without being pointy. Keeps the character looking friendly to not have any pointy, harsh edges on the character. Even the tips of the hair is like slightly rounded. Is that eye looking the right way? Okay, it'll look fine when it's inked and has the green iris and everything in. Okay. And the sparkles. The eye shine. It'll all come together. There we go. And then the bow I kind of simplified earlier, but now I'm regretting it, so I'm gonna zhuzh it up a little, make it fluffy. Because I just had that thing about sharp edges, and then I feel like the bow's too sharp compared to everything else. So I'm gonna fix it real quick. Just cause. Maybe exaggerate the points, but make it rounded like that. Okay, that's better. That's much better. And then this can be like a little squiggle in there like that. Now we go from thick up here, thicker shape in here, to thinner down the ear. I don't know how I did that in 2 strokes. Let's try to get the same look over here. Thicker. Are we gonna do it? No, I gotta redo that. Perfect. Alright, alright, alright. I think I can hide those. No, I gotta do the tummy and the eye mask and the iris before I get rid of the sketch. Tummy right here. Beautiful. It's not gonna stay yellow. It's just a placeholder color. Do not fret. I'll change it all at the end. Eye mask. It's like this. Shape. Fill it in a bit. Ooh. There we go, there we go. Let's see. I didn't know George the Giraffe existed until this week, and the mascot costume looks like Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us. I didn't know George the Giraffe existed until this stream, so. Season 2 is so much fun to watch, especially with that new giraffe character, Daphne. It's a giraffe-centric discussion today on the stream, which is cool. Everybody likes giraffes. All cool people like giraffes anyway. Let's do the eyes, the actual whites of the eyes on a new layer here. Right here, right here. Maybe in a little bit like that. Okay, and then do a clipping mask on this layer so I can do the green irises. We'll pick a green that's like that, and then lighten it up at the bottom. I'm trying to hold back a hiccup so I'm not hiccuping into the mic. I'm sorry if you could hear it. Alright. Green, green, green. Alpha lock, round render. Let's do like this kind of color. Soften and lighten up the eyes at the bottom. Like so. Cute. And then on top we'll do the eye shine, which we'll put like here. There we go. I kind of want to move or adjust this a little bit because I don't think it quite touches the nose. I think it's getting a little bigger than it needs to be. Beautiful. Loving all the giraffe chatter. Biased. Daphne's one of your favorite Vita the Vet characters too. Met a fan self-insert based off the show before Daphne was a character. I feel like Spin Master might have looked at that and said make a canon giraffe. Is Spin Master somebody who works on the show? Prickly's your favorite. I'm gonna have to get to know all these characters over various streams doing requests of them. And now I'm just putting chunks of color on this, its separate layer, so I can, maybe I should do that on its own layer. Anyway. To make it slightly easier to do the coloring, the way I do like the lineless coloring, where I isolate everything to its own layer and then just fill it in. So this is not the final color, do not fret. What? Where's this dot? It's on this layer? Okay, cool. I'll do this. And the hair. On their own layer. Sorry for going silent here for a second, I'm just like in the zone. I keep having moments of dead air where I'm just like making a blank expression probably and just locked in. And then we'll do this as its own color down here. These colors are horrible, they're not the final color. I'm just picking anything. And I'll change it in a second and make it all better. I'm going silent again. I just said I was having these moments of dead air without talking. Alright, alright, alright. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here we go. Almost done. I can feel it. No, it's not filling. Did I like not close a gap in there? Okay, there we go. Beautiful. I could have just made this a reference layer and made it slightly faster for myself, but that's okay. This will be more even cover coverage. Anyhow. Alright, and then we can hide the sketch layer. Alpha lock all these. Alpha lock. Alright. And then I think background color will set to green because green and purple look really good together. So we'll just pick a nice jungly, bluey green. And it matches her eyes too. So something like that. And then a nice dusty purple. Let's see if I can color match without actually sampling. It's kind of like a middle dusty bluish purple kind of color. Like this. I think that's about right. Maybe a little bit lighter. I'm going to adjust the brightness here in a second. But let me just get this base color in. Let me check the comments. Let's see. Spin Master is the company which makes the show and the toys. You have a very large collection of the toys. Cool. I have every single figure they've released and most of the plushies. They should do more merch for the show. You don't mind the silence. Okay, cool. As long as it doesn't feel like dead air where I'm just like zoned out completely. I always worry about it. As if I ever get more than like, I think the highest viewer count I ever had in a stream was like 15 people. But still, I want it to be a decent stream for those who bother to tune in and give me their time and attention. I want it to be a good stream. But I'm drawing something that makes you all happy, so I think that's enough. Actually, now with the darker paws, I think it's actually like not too bad. Though now it's irritating me that there's like little tiny gaps down here, so I'm gonna go fix these. Little tiny gaps. Okay, better. Better, better, better. I'm leaving the other ones because they don't upset me as much. Better. The tummy and the eye mask and the inside of the ears. Ooh, not that color. Are like a lighter, paler purple, like so. Like this. And the inside of the ears is like a pinker shade, like that. And then like a more saturated pink softly in the middle. A little warmer pink like this. Almost like a blush on the inside of the ear. Like that. Cute. And she also has blush on her cheeks, which I'm going to do on another layer. I'm going to have to make it a little bit of a hotter pink so it's visible. Oops. A little smaller than that. Like this. And I just see this little spot of yellow here. I'm going to fix that. Pink cheek. I think it can overlap the eye mask a little bit. It's okay. Cute. Maybe blur it a little bit. Gaussian blur. Cute. What was I gonna fix? Oh, this little yellow spot. Fixed. The nose. An even darker, but slightly more warm purple shade. Something like this. Let me fix the little gap here. Right there. Whoop. Right there and right there. It's okay if there's little teeny tiny gaps, but those were a little bit too big. And I want to kind of add a slightly darker shade at the bottom of the nose too. Just to add a little depth. And the hair is the same kind of light purple, but it fades to a slightly darker and slightly more blue. Well, maybe a little more pink at the bottom. Kind of a little bit of a fade. Soft. And the bow is a nice bright yellow. Start here, and then it kind of fades to like a gold tone. Like that. And then we will do colored outlines because that'll really make this character pop. Her belly that I drew is like a kind of a weird shape, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if I can fix that really quick. I just want to like take the whole thing and just kind of squish it in a little bit. That's actually not that difficult of a fix. I just wanted to like push it in a little bit. And fix that line so it matches up. Okay, I think that's a little better. Now I gotta go move this into the shape. Like so. Nice purple outline. I'm losing my voice. This is normally about when I get off the stream, so it's like that's my cue. I have like 2 hours of solid yapping in me, and then it's like, okay. Well, normally I have water or something, but not today. We'll do black for the darkest lines. Or I think this is just a darker purple, but it reads as black. Anything else need to be black? No. Okay. And then We're gonna warm up the like lines on the tops of these ears a little bit. Just to add a little something something. And then, oops. Then we need gold outlines for the bow. So let's try something like that. That's about right. Bean loves it. Looks so perfect. Thank you. Love this. Thanks so much for drawing her. You're welcome. Always love seeing other artists draw my comfort characters. I'm so happy that there's so many people here that are so excited to see this character that I had never heard of before I started drawing. I'm going to fix the color inside the bow real quick too, because that's going to bother me. These little chunks here. You don't notice them until you start doing other stuff like coloring the outlines, and then it like stands out really dramatically. At least zoomed it. Like zoomed out you couldn't tell, but. And then I think just her hair needs like a slightly darker outline, but not as dark as the other outlines. So something like that. Oh, maybe a little bit darker than the actual fur color. There we go. Slightly darker than the actual fur, but not too dark. Maybe I'll make it darker on the bottom part here, so it stands out against the fur a little bit. Cute, cute, cute. And then I'm gonna do just some texture color, something, something in the background just to make it look nice. Just some different shades of green, make it look a little more jungly, or you know what I could do? I could do like disco lights too. So I could do, let's see, let's do like a yellow green. Do like jungle disco, I don't know. I have an idea. It's silly, but I just want to do some lights. Some light beams. Like this. And then maybe change the blending mode to something else. I don't know. Hold on. I got an idea here. I might just blur it all, but I kind of like them being kind of chunky, funky razor light too. Let's do, I don't know, just try a different blending mode. Ooh, add is kind of fun. That makes it look like light. And what's this one do? If I do hard light. That's like neon. We don't need that. Alright, let me try something. Let me just blur this real quick. I think blurred it works a little better. We'll just do like a big X shape with these like funky lights. Gaussian blur. Distort. Like that. Alright, that is like chopped. See, yeah, perfect. This is awesome when I do light beams. A drop shadow or a blur. Yeah, blur. I think maybe a little more blur on this one. And then warp it maybe, because I want the end of it to be like thicker than the other end. Or I could just take an airbrush and like erase the end. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's do airbrushing, soft brush, and just erase some of this. Oop. Something like that. It's a little silly, but I mean, a jungle disco is always going to be kind of silly. Maybe make it darker underneath her feet to give her some kind of like little grass or something to dance on. Some kind of surface. Then do I have any jungle foliage brushes just to add something to the background? Foliage painting. I have like this stuff, but no, like I think it's fine. I'm overthinking. I'm way overthinking. I think this is fine. And then maybe noise. That's it. Noise. Overlay. Add a little texture. Pretty cute. And just for fun, I actually want to do something silly. Where was it? Where was it? Airbrushing. Soft brush. I just want to take some of this green color and just like airbrush it onto the edge of her in places, just because I think maybe, or that's overworking it. This is way overworking. I'm sorry. Oh, I have a better idea. Soft brush and all that is way too much work. So what I could do, oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to duplicate this in case I mess this all up. Hold up. I got an idea. Where did it go? Okay, the outlines. Let's just make the tips of things illuminated with green. Like that. I think that looks kind of funky. If this looks ridiculous, you guys just tell me to go back to the other one because I have it. But just to have like some funky, fun green stuff. Maybe not there, but the tops where the lights really hit. Like there. And then put a little green on the inside of these things too. Like here, let's do a clipping mask. Maybe even lighter and brighter on the inside, like that. Like it's really lit up. And that kind of brings attention to that paw too. And a little bit of it here. A little bit of it here. This might be way overkill. Just, I'll ask for opinions in a second when I add a little bit more. Hold on. Just like a little bit on this paw. Like that. I think that's okay. A tint of green over the whole thing just to tie it all together. But make it real subtle. It doesn't need to be like crazy. Overlay? Yeah, just a little bit. It just takes the warmth out of that purple a little bit, but makes it like in the green. Okay, let me ask the audience. A little lighter at the top could look a little bit better. Like a lighter, brighter green. Okay, oh sorry, the whole image isn't even on the screen. What do we like? Do we like this one better, or do we like the one where I wasn't overthinking it so much and it was just like the character on the background? What do we think? Light effect or no light effect? I think I way overthought. I would take a drink of my water while I wait for opinions, but I don't have my water with me today. I don't know what I was thinking. I normally have a big old glass of ice water or Diet Coke or something, but... And to whoever tuned in earlier and said, what are you drawing? This is Pippin from Vita the Vet. You like the funkier shading one looks nicer? Upload both, though? Yeah, I'll put both as a slideshow on Instagram. Why not? The people can have both. I'm going to put this one on screen because it is the funkier of the two. Actually, I want to find that Vita that I did. She's in here somewhere because this is all my stream art. Let me find Vita. Where is Vita? There she is. There's the Vita I did way back when. Let's see if the canvas info tell me when this is. Canvas info. Created March 1st, 2025. Almost a year ago? Are we serious? Wow. Time flies. I can't believe I did this almost a year ago. You like it both ways? Yeah, I'll upload both. That's your request from way back when. Cool, cool, cool. Well, thanks for still being here almost a year later. That's awesome. All right, we have Vita. Did I do any other Vita the Vet characters? I don't think I did. That was a different show. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay. So today I drew George the Giraffe. I drew Sasha from Animal Crossing. And I drew Pippin from Vita the Vet, both with and without super funky dance lighting. I'll be uploading all these plus this deer frog hybrid I drew last week. I'm going to upload all these to both, I'll upload a couple to my like art Instagram, which is like my favorite pieces. And I think I like the one without the funky shading. I might put that on the regular Alyssa Aaron. I don't know. And then all of them will end up on Alyssa Aaron Art Streams, I believe is the Instagram name. Yeah, I only did Vita and Pippin. I will definitely do more Vita characters in the future. They were great. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being such a nice, fun, active chat and like loving the characters I'm drawing. It's been really fun. I am losing my voice and this is past the time when I normally stream, so I'm going to sign off here, but I'm going to send all these files to my phone and actually upload them to Instagram, so they will be somewhere for you to all view. I believe the link to the stream Instagram is at the link that's on the screen, alyssaaaron.com/tree. There should be a link to it there. Thanks so much for Pippin. Now I gotta get rest because it's 2:42 in the UK. Go get some sleep. Sleep well,